Are you ready to see some of the magic behind the curtain? Yeah! All right.
We are not allowed to shop tonight, so it's a little sneaky peek.
Here's something no one really knows, right? It's like started with the lightest color, go to the darkest color.
I'd be buying him. I'd be buying that. I'd be buying that. I'd be buying that. I've been a reseller for nearly 40 years, and I can't imagine my life without thrifting. I've learned about a lot of things over the years, and I love to share my knowledge and adventures with you. So let's go be profitable and make it fun. Ooh, it's a special night. We've got a brand spanking fresh Goodwill opening here in Las Vegas. I think that makes like 17 or 18 of them now. Anyway, we're here for a special VIP behind the scenes tour. Brand spanking new. Get to see what's on the shelves. Let's get in there. We're not going to get shopped done tonight, but we're going to see what's on the shelves for tomorrow. All right, first look. It's all so clean and nice. We got quite a group of people. All right. Yes, Goodwill does it right.
Park at VIP reception for our 18th retail location, Blue Diamond. Yeah. So with that, I am delighted to introduce to you our chairman of the board of directors of Goodwill of Southern Nevada. Please welcome Andrew Burke.
I want to say thank you to everybody for all the hard work. If you just walked into this place today like I did, you just think that magic happened. Like everything just showed up on the shelves, perfectly organized in this amazing form factor.
Our objective tonight is to do a couple of things, right? Number one, not a lot of people get to see what a store looks like before we ever let anybody in, and they don't get to see behind the scenes, so that's great.
Delighted to have a special guest here tonight, the Executive Assistant to Commissioner Justin C. Jones, Chris Chong-Wong, with a proclamation. Chris.
Hey everyone. So I am delighted to be here today to celebrate the new opening of this donation and retail center. And a great way to highlight the occasion by presenting a proclamation on behalf of Commissioner Justin Jones and the rest of the Board of County Commissioners. Congratulations to the entire Goodwill staff and the Board of Directors.
Are you ready to see some of the magic behind the curtain? Yeah! All right. Let's see how Goodwill works for our community. So with that in mind, Station 1 with Rick will be right here. You'll be starting here with Rick Neal. If you are number 2 with John Stoddard, John is going to lead you to our donation doors. Okay, number 3, in just a moment, we're going to be going under, and you can make your way over there where it says artwork. That's where we're going to start, and I will meet you there.
That's me.
I know that we're going to have a lot of influencers in my group, so feel free to get your cell phones out.
Oh,
5 minutes.
look at the wood section is all wood. The glass section is all glass. The dish section is all dishes. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Look how stuffed it is. And they told us they will be bringing out more stuff tomorrow on the actual, oh my gosh, look at those. During the grand opening, I will be here. We are not allowed to shop tonight, so it's a little sneaky peek, and tomorrow we'll come back and shop it. Stay tuned for that.
This is Cam Green, and this is Brian Fukuzawa, who is our Vice President of Mission Programs. Take it away.
Thank you, Brian. So we're so excited to have you all here. Some of you I've met before, and I've talked to you, and I want to see you more often than in between the stores and things like that. So just a reminder for those who are familiar and for those who are not, what happens with the money that goes into our retail stores and the finances and things like that. A lot of that goes into how we serve and how we're able to show up. And we are pleased to announce actually this year, because of the work that we've been doing and the support from the community, we get to expand that. So we'll be expanding that, our training academy in our corporate office, and we'll definitely be inviting you all by for tours for that and to get engaged with that. But in our career centers, we offer everything from free career services, we provide training, we provide resume support, mock interview services, and we also provide supportive services for people to start work. Another one of the things that we do, and we use our stores as a platform, is we run disability programs. So we have training programs where over 30 high schools come through our retail stores, and they actually get hands-on training in different departments of the stores to figure out what they're good at, to get skilled up, to figure out what they might want to do. So this is really great, and this is one of our most prized programs. Best of Las Vegas, in the last few years in a couple different categories. So we're super, super proud of that. In our training academy, some of the programs that we're running are called our train to hire programs, and that basically, the model of that is we try to get with employers and say, what do you need? What skills does a person need to work there? And then we go out and we create programs and we partner with people to make sure that when Brian shows up, he has what you're looking for. It's not just some blanket, kind of curriculum. And so that has proven to be really successful for us as well. And we're looking to do some new programs year over year. We don't have a bunch of time, so this is high level, and I'm trying to, pace it out, but I want to leave time for questions. But I want to round it out by talking about our veteran services. We're committed to veteran services. We have a lot of veterans who work for us. Our CEO is retired, from the military services, and we have specific services where we focus on making sure they have a good transition out of the military, but also supporting spouses and their children as well, and really making sure that they feel like there's a place that they can come in. I have no idea what I want to do. Okay, let us work with you. And so last year alone, we served over 200 people in those programs through training, supportive services, and different things like that. And that will continue to be a focus for us, always and forever. And so we're pretty excited about it. Questions, comments, concerns, anything you all want to know about, maybe what we're doing this year, anything like that. I'm not sure of time, but I know Brian is going to be the one that this group is going to be together. Like, the other groups might be a little off time, but this group is going to be together.
How do you hire for this store?
How do we hire for this store? So we have a couple of different things that actually Brian just...
We are doing hiring events all the time.
Yeah.
It is frankly challenging to keep our stores staffed. We do have some called good turnover, where people come to Goodwill. They need a new start or a fresh start or a first start. And so they use this as a place to establish themselves, show they can report, and they're hired on. But we are constantly doing hiring events where, we're sending them out to news stations to get a quick blurb on the air. So that is how we keep people coming in.
So you can have a website, you can find one of us afterwards. There's a lot of different opportunities if people who are interested, and then just definitely let us know, and we'd be more than happy to welcome them into the Goodwill family.
Oh, we're going through the back doors.
They actually made all the stations in every one of the stores in the back. So we try to put as much of the money
You go.
Shoes. These are shoes.
Nice.
Shoes.
Those are all
Electronics.
You're going to robot.
Oh my gosh. Where's the hard goods? Where's the hard goods?
That's your jam.
Yes.
Here's something no one really knows. When I was first interviewing for this opportunity, I lived in Los Angeles, and I thought I will never, ever move to Vegas, because I'd never even thought about it before. But I said, you know what? I made 2 trips to Vegas over 2 consecutive Sundays. I surreptitiously took my camera, took pictures of everything, exteriors, interiors, and the one thing that was just captivating was when I went to the warehouse, and they had these Gaylords stacked 20 feet high. Just huge. If you've been to our warehouse, I'm sure you've seen it, Mike, through the doors. So, and the scale of it just said, this is it. It reminded me when I chose to go to UCLA, it was visiting the student store. So, with that in mind, let's talk about what happens when everything comes in and where does it go. So, we start off with our donation centers. So, most of our donation centers are here in the stores. Every store has one. However, we also have 3 attended donation centers, which are in remote locations in neighborhoods where, for convenience, we want to bring it to where the people are. So, we welcome the donors. courteously, collect their goods, and we pre-sort them. So you can see right here, they come right in the door, right away. Cloth, linen, wares, electronics, media, shoes, and e-waste eventually goes in here. So the first thing you do is sort it right away. You want to, just like with any business, you want to handle it as few times as possible. So from there, now they're in the retail stores. If they go to the attended donation centers, they're routinely doing pickups all day, collecting full, these are called Gaylords, cardboard ones or the plastic ones. They're called picking up the Gaylords that are full and leaving ones that are empty, and it just keeps going. So sorting them, pricing them. So from there, they're going to the stations, and we'll see those up close in a moment about how they're priced and prepared for sale. The other thing that was just really captivating me when I was going to all the stores and thinking, can I feel this? Can I represent this as a marketing person? I mean, you've seen people that are in marketing and they kind of fake it. They say the talking points, but you can tell they don't feel it. I said, I want to represent the people that are working so hard here. And when you see it up close, working at the stations, collecting donations in the heat, in the cold, I have so much respect for that. So from there, we go into retail. We move from production to retail, and this is where we have stores and e-commerce. Our e-commerce, see, they're busy, right, all the time. Our e-commerce is at our warehouse, and so we're merchandising out on the floors. The best thing about coming to an event like this, you will never see it this spotless again. Ever, because we've had literally several months to make it look like this. It's beautiful. It's like art.
Like only today.
And then we're selling to customers, but then after, you know about our colors of the week, etc., right? So you put green out on the floor. It stays out on the floor through blue, through gray, through orange, and now you're back to the color. That's when it goes on sale. So whatever's left in that last week, 50% off. For 6 days, the 7th day, dollar day, Monday, that is dollar day. And that is our last chance. Again, you don't want to touch it again if you don't have to, so sell it for $1. If it doesn't, we pull it for clearance. And all those pulls are then taken into a truck, go back to our clearance center, and that's when they go in the blue bins. Most items in clearance are sold by the pound. A few things are sold like DVDs will be 25 cents, that kind of thing. So we're receiving the Gaylords, tip them on the tables, sell them by the pound, right? Then, what's left after that? We're pulling these out of the clearance. They didn't sell at clearance. That's what we do, what we call post-retail. And so we have customers both in the United States and around the world that are interested in whatever we don't have. It's sometimes called salvage. Sometimes you have things that are higher quality called credential, and they're buying them at a set price, and the market really dictates that. You know, it used to be 21 cents a pound, now it's 16 cents a pound. And that's actually very important for us to gauge that, because that affects us dramatically, because we do a lot of post-retail. So at the end of the day, you can see these bales weigh about a ton, each one. So we're able to divert about, I think it was 2022, 32.8 million pounds of goods that could have gone to a landfill if people didn't think, you know what, I'll donate that and see if we can find a second home for it. So that's about probably 8,000 Ford F-150 trucks, to give you an idea of what kind of weight and what that represents.
It starts costing you processing that through.
Yeah, absolutely. Because some people will say, well, why does this cost X? Because you get it for free. But this whole back room, the operation, again, to take that one by one and figure out what to do with it. Can I sell it? If so, what do we sell it for? And then everything it has to go through. And so when you look at what are the costs that we bear as a nonprofit, as a social enterprise, about half of it is for staffing. About half is for staffing, about 20% is for the space, occupancy. So there you go. That's 70% of it right there. And then of course we have our mission programs and our programs of service. So that's how Goodwill works for our community. So in fact,
Look at all those lucky carts. All those lucky carts.
Yeah, come back around this way. And that way you can see, we call them stations, processing stations. And they're very specific. The posters you see up on the wall, we call them picture process maps or PPMs. Every single one is standardized in all of our stores, and we're constantly tweaking them to make sure that they are as efficient as possible. So you can see it says, here's how you set it up, here's every step you take. And if you follow the plan, if you follow the steps, you can meet your goals, and then some.
Did they put the baby in here and then decided to get rid of grandma instead?
So, until recently, Ariel was our manager, store manager at our Silverado Ranch store, but she won the lottery and got to come in here and head up this operation. So without further ado, Ariel Lord.
Hi. Oh, you guys even applauded. I'm going to give a little speech about our rope art machine. So I heard that Brian was talking to you guys about the donation flow and how that works. So we have two different rope art machines in our warehouses. One that's strictly for clothing and another one that is for our side departments. So shoes, home goods, electronics, etc. This machine captures all sorts of information pertaining to the individual who's printing those tags. So for instance, I have a 4-digit code. I'm gonna go ahead and enter my 4-digit code, and it pulls up a menu for me. I get to select whatever I want. On my clothing rack here, I have a men's long sleeve shirt. I'm gonna go ahead and select my men's button, select long sleeve, select a size, and then we have blanketed cloth pricing, which means I don't get the option of changing it unless it becomes a red tag item.
What is a red tag item?
A red tag item is something that is brand name, brand new, or unique antique, something vintage. So we're gonna go ahead and hit that. It's gonna spit out a ticket. I'm not gonna touch that ticket. The person who's going to process the clothing goes item by item by item, creating a long stream of the tickets.
It's kind of like when you're playing skee ball and you get all the tickets come out. That's what it looks like.
It does. There's usually about anywhere between 100 to 125 items per clothing rack. So the ticket strand is really long. So we went ahead and did a men's sports coat. We're gonna go ahead and do a woman's dress. So now I have to switch departments.
Is this a short sleeve dress or a sleeveless dress?
That's a short sleeve dress, Brian.
Good to know.
Sleeveless is defined as anything that stops before your shoulder cap. So we're gonna hit women's. We're gonna go to dresses. This is a size large. We provide all of our team members with a size chart. So when you see a size large, you have to decide, is it really a 9-10? Is it 11-12? Is it a 13-14? I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say that this one is a 9-10. And again, just hitting the set price for the dress. Now that all changes when we get to something that is a red tag. So I have these wonderful Italian leather boots.
So cute.
I know, adorable. I picked them out on purpose because I
Wait
wear
a
them.
minute.
But are they made for walking?
Yes.
Always.
Okay, good.
Boots are always made for walking. Actually, I'll get to that later. Okay, so we're gonna go back to our home screen. And the first thing that I have to do, because I'm gonna decide to red tag these items, is I'm gonna change my color to red.
Makes sense.
Okay. We're gonna go to shoes. Now you see that there's a bunch of different selections for pricing for me. I have to take into consideration all the product knowledge that I've had over the years and decide how much these shoes should be worth. I have to take into consideration what the retail price might have been, what somebody bought them for, what somebody would purchase them for, and for the resellers, if you bought them, how much more are you going to make off of these shoes? So I'm going to go ahead and say that these boots are awesome, and I'm going to price them for $24.99. A little red sticker is going to pop out. This little red sticker goes on the inside of the boot. As I was talking about earlier, that little QR code is what captures all of the information telling me, my boss, my boss's boss, my boss's boss's boss, who printed the tag, what time the tag was printed, and what color it was, what commodity it was. That way we can keep track of what sells and what doesn't really sell.
And also how long it stays on the shelf, because if it flies off the shelf, it may have been priced too low.
I've been here 7 years, so ask away. Go ahead.
What size are those?
Right. I don't know. I didn't look at the size.
8.5.
They are a 37.5.
Oh, whatever.
So it's
that means.
I think
Italian.
it's like a 9.5. Yeah.
Is it really?
Well, no,
I'm not
because
good with the
Nine,
size.
nine,
isn't
nine
it
and a half.
39 inches for the...
Oh, is it? Do I have it?
Are you contemplating? You're like, I'll be here tomorrow.
Right.
Grand opening.
Whoa, whoa,
Bye.
whoa.
We're all at the door.
Yeah. And it takes time to build the product knowledge. So that's why, yes, it may be priced this, but it may stay there on the shelf for 4 weeks. And then what is it? What happens once a month?
Half
Red tag
price
sale.
red tag.
50% off. So suddenly you've adjusted that price half off. Though red tags never go on sale for Dollar Day, sorry to say. But there is that self-adjusting mechanism.
So, a question. So, what happens if it doesn't sell on your half price red tag? Does it then get a color?
Great question. Back to Ariel.
So an item that doesn't sell for, if it's a red tag at the red tag sale, it does wind up getting pulled off of the sales floor, and then those items get put in an as-is container and sent to our clearance center.
Oh, that's how we find all the good stuff at the clearance
I know.
center.
We try and give every item that comes in through donations an opportunity somewhere. If those items don't wind up selling at the clearance center, then they usually get baled or boxed and then shipped to a third-party seller, usually overseas for, third world countries.
Okay.
So the other thing you probably noticed already is the colorization, right? So it's by size and by color. What's interesting, within the last, I think it was probably a year and a half ago, our racks used to begin with white, right? It's like started with the lightest color, go to the darkest color, but then someone had the great idea and said, that doesn't look good. I mean, to have everything white on the front, so they shifted the order so that yellow was on the front, and it made everything pop. And from there, yellow, and it goes all the way down. Yeah, it's really cool.
Look at that. White, black, gray, brown, blue, green,
All right.
pink, red,
Yeah.
orange, yellow.
Yeah.
Strategic.
So we're here to talk about operations and logistics, obviously. Let's hear about the big story, Bryce. This is Bryce Cardin, our Vice President of Operations and Business Development.
So every year, on an average, our operation takes in 876,000 and change donations.
Those are donation drop-offs leaving our location.
That means 876,000 individuals came to one of our stores, one of our 3 ABC sites, and they donated something to us. Not only that, but our clearance center also moves through roughly about 2 million pounds of clothing and items every single year. That's items that didn't sell in our retail store that would have ended up in a landfill had we not taken that opportunity to sell them yet again and price them per pound. Once that is all said and done, Goodwill of Southern Nevada, on behalf of not only the Las Vegas community, but on behalf of all of us, divert 32.8 million pounds of donations from Las Vegas's landfills. To give you guys an idea of what 32.8 million pounds look like, it takes 80 gallons of water to manufacture a new pair of jeans. Has anyone here got that letter or that email from the water district about watering on the wrong day? Yeah. You used a little too much water? Think about that letter and the 80 gallons of water it takes to make a new pair of jeans. The next time, you don't go to a Goodwill store and buy a pair. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bryce. Any questions you might have for Bryce? But the other half of them focus on our team members.
We'll be coming back to that.
By folks that have especially keen interest for marketing. So I think you'll appreciate this. Again, coming here and being very, very fresh, the board and our CEO, Rick, and our executive team said there is a challenge. People don't know what Goodwill does, right? And it's complicated. How do you relate shopping at a store to career services? And when you talk about, oh, we help people get employed, instantly they, oh, well, yeah, get employed at Goodwill. You don't know that we train people for medical assistant programs, stagehands, all the different supportive services we provide for folks that they're just walking into our career center. They are wearing the blue vest. They are working at Goodwill. let's talk about big picture, right? And the thing is, Goodwill was founded in 1902, I believe it was, with this very simple proposition. Goodwill saves and wastes people and things. Our founder saw that people were building piles of junk on street corners, and he saw people with developmental disabilities that weren't able to work. Well, he said, you know what? They could fix these things. They could repair these things. They could, sew the clothing together, and then we can sell it and turn that into a social enterprise. You'll see Goodwills around the country that call it the power of work, etc., right? And yes, but the thing is, it's about valuing work. It's about valuing what it makes possible. So when you think about it, and I'm thankful that I had a little bit of history working in a branding firm, so you're thinking really, how do you get this as simple as possible? We already had this symbol already, we tweaked it a little bit, we already had that here. What we didn't have was a way to describe it really simply. This is that in prose. It's very simple. It's a contract with our donors and shoppers in the community that they're helping to be productive and to move ahead in life, right? How do you simply say that? Goodwill works. Or your goodwill works, which can mean your capacity to donate, your capacity to give, or goodwill, something to that is your goodwill. But at the end of the day, what does this mean? So when you say goodwill works, it means that we are industrious. In fact, it's called Goodwill Industries International, as they say, it's in the name, right? Number two, that we do good works. We have these programs of service, and by all the data points, Bryce mentioned one of them, which I even mentioned earlier, Goodwill objectively works. So with all that in mind, this statement packs a lot of punch. And a lot of our messaging then builds off of that. So we brought it down to its essence, and now we break it out. It works for people and purpose. It works for military families. It works for people living with disabilities. It works for resellers. It works for small businesses, families on a budget, but also for purpose. It works for sustainability. It works for meaningful employment, thriving careers. And so what you see is really up here is an embodiment of all that messaging. And as we open store by store and we continue to impact our community, chances are you'll continue to see here and there. And when you do, you'll have x-ray vision and you'll know exactly what that means and where it came from.
Look how stuffed these jewelry cabinets are. Oh my goodness. We're not allowed to shop tonight. We can only look. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Look what is on these shelves. Oh gosh. If I could, I'd be buying him. I'd be buying that. I'd be buying that. I'd be buying that. These are going to get scooped up so fast. $5.99. That's a good price. $1.99. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's going to be gone quick. See what else? Glass turtle, butterflies. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. Look at all the majolica pieces in here. It'll be interesting by the time I get down here to see how much of this is gone. I don't know, they said they're gonna stock all day. These are ostrich eggs. Look at those. Oh, they have color blocked. I just noticed. Yellow, pink, red, green, blue, brown, and white. That's a nice piece. $3.99, that's a good price. Nice abalone shell, $4.99. And look at those little guys. Such a contrast to the store I was at the other day that had very, very bare shelves. And these are like really, really stuffed. It's great. I love it. Oh, look at these little guys. Oh, that's a really pretty piece of milk glass. $3.99. I would buy that. I would buy that one if it was still here. Wow. So much great stuff. Baggies are stuffed. Now, this is quite a large Christmas section still. Because I guess Christmas does sell all year long. They'll probably pare this down a little bit. What are you? What are you? You're a reindeer. I don't know if I would want to fight the crowd first thing in the morning. I'm a little squeamish. I see some really great stuff, like a goofy nutcracker. $14.99. I just don't think I want to fight the crowds for those guys. I just put my Christmas away today for good. Well, not for good, you know, for about 10 months. All right, maybe 11. No, 10. 10 months, yeah. Oh, the wood shelves are so full. Oh, this is a great piece for a bird cage. Look at that. Oh, if I can get it. Oh, that Bougie would love that. Oh, these are nice. Look at those. Big solid wood. 2004 American Tiki Designs. $12.99. Is that for rings? I think it is. That's a nice piece right there. Oh, wow. Never will this store look this fresh and nice as it is right now. They said that themselves. Oh my gosh, Noah, look. It's like a jungle. Look at all the little succulents. Oh my goodness. Is there anything good here? Ooh, I see a couple things like this. Not marked, but that's really nice, and it's only 99 cents. That'll be gone quick. And this, that's kind of nice. Oh my goodness, I'm switching my microphones back and forth and just realized the music might be a little too loud to hear the things I was saying before. So that might be voiced over by the time you hear it. But, oh my gosh. I gotta try to make it back. And then this piece. Not signed. Awful nice. Oh my gosh, the metal shelves are absolutely overflowing with goodness. Look at these. $3.99, those will be gone fast. Oh, resellers, there's so much good stuff here. Oh, you guys, I don't know what you are because I can't get you loose. You're like, oh man, what are you? You're all little individual things that I can't get off the shelf. Look at this amazingness. Holy moly. I remember feeling this way at the last Goodwill grand opening. Oh, you're like on a you're like a whole thing. I like you. status that I'm going for this. I'm going for the jackpot. Okay, I give up. It's just like playing slots in Vegas. Well, this night was so incredible that I forgot to film an outro. But the point I wanted to make in this video is so many people in my comments say Goodwill's not a nonprofit and Goodwill's greedy and Goodwill doesn't really do anything for anybody. And I hope in watching this, you will see the scope of how much Goodwill Industries actually does. And please understand that there are regions of Goodwills. So we are Goodwill of Southern Nevada here, and all of the information here was for the Goodwill of Southern Nevada. Wherever you are, they will have their own set of operations and policies. I don't know if they all do kind of the same sort of processing. I imagine that overall, the Goodwill franchise, if you will, is it a franchise? I don't know, is very aligned in their mission statement and what they do. But Goodwill does a lot of good. And a little birdie told me they're going to be opening yet another store here in Las Vegas. So be sure you are subscribed and you've hit that little bell notification, because I'll bring you along with me on the next one. Oh yeah, and I'll keep visiting all the other ones in between the time until they open the next one. All right, with that, you go be profitable and make it fun. We'll see you on the next one.